Good morning, Web Spiders. Today's Friday. It is November 17th, 2017. And yesterday we had some glitches in our announcements, so I'm going to backtrack and do some of the announcements that I did yesterday just to make sure that I don't leave anybody out or forget anything. Yesterday we had a birthday in the web. It was Mr. Derek Johnson, and Derek's homeroom teacher is Mrs. Comerford. And Derek, I know I got to say happy birthday to you and give you a backpack charm, but I wanted to make sure I announced it on the announcements. Today, Andrew Kuykendall has a birthday from Mrs. Bridges' class. So Andrew, make sure you make your way to the office sometime today and so we can celebrate together. A really exciting announcement. Are you ready for this? Character are kids who are nominated by teachers that display kind of on a daily basis that you're a good person, you're a good friend, you make good choices, you're a role model for others. And so we have lots of nominations for Champions of Character, and then I'm going to announce the winners for each grade level. Are you ready? In kindergarten, these are the nominees: Evelyn Nichols, Kata Businger, Callahan McMillan, and Zane King. They were all nominated for Champions of Character. And the winners are you ready? Evelyn Nichols and Zane King. Congratulations. In first grade, these are the nominees: Lexi Martin and Colton Nancy. And the winners are Lexi Martin and Colton Nancy. In second grade, the following students were nominated by their teachers: Kaylee Whitaker, Ella Hamilton, Lily Rader, Bryson Schmidt, and James Gregory. And the winners are Ella Hamilton and Bryson Schmidt. Congratulations. In third grade, the following kids were nominated: Sophia Sacristan, Callie Clipp, Isabella Soper, and Hudson Harris. And the winners are, I always feel like you guys can come around, and my friends are coming around to see you. Callie Clipp and Hudson Harris. Yay! And in fourth grade, the following kids were nominated for Champions of Character: Bella Wilde, Zoe Walker, Mackenzie Ramsey, Nora Hobbs, Jacob Trent, and Cole Soper. And the winners are Zoe Walker and Jacob Trent. Now let me tell you what happens, Champions of Character. On Saturday, December 16th, the Champions of Character are invited to the high school basketball game. You get to bring your family. You all get in for free. And halftime at that game, I get to go down on the gym floor. They're going to announce your name in front of the entire crowd. You come out, I present you with a certificate, and you are recognized as Champions of Character for Webb Elementary. In fact, the Champions of Character for all elementary schools will be there on that night. So December 16th, we'll get a letter home to your parents congratulating you and letting them know the details. My studio members can come on in. Are you the only one today, Jackson? Are there other kids out there? Will you get your friends, please? Okay, so I've got some friends coming into the studio right here. So if you guys will tell us who you are and what class you're from.
I'm Jackson from Mrs. Rector's class. I'm Chrissy from Mrs. Rector's class. I'm Gustin from Mrs. Rector's class.
Okay, and at this time, if you guys would stand with me and push your chair in, let's have a moment of silence. And Chrissy, would you hold that flag since you're in the middle? Okay, you ready? Here's our pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Nice job. Now, yesterday, guys, and again, since I had some technical errors on our announcements, I did a whole bunch of bucket filling yesterday. So today, just for time's sake, I'm going to read the names of these bucket fillers. Please know that we love you, we appreciate you, and we're going to get these in the mail as soon as we can so your parents know about them, okay? Congratulations to Eric Tanner from Mrs. Rector, Riley Deckard from Mrs. Rector, Noah Wilde from Mrs. Rector, Evan McGrath from Mrs. Honeycutt, Caitlin Wood from Mrs. Bridges, Parker Willis from Mrs. Honeycutt, Joseph Davis from Mrs. David, Cole Soper from Mrs. David, Brody Pleak from Mrs. David, Christian Stoner from Mrs. David, Kiara McClish from Mrs. Bingham, all of Mrs. Bingham's class, and I just have to read this one. Mrs. Bingham wants to thank you all for being so welcoming to your 2 new students in your classroom. You're doing it right. Thank you for that. And Decora Phillips from Mrs. Bingham. So proud of our bucket fillers. We'll get these addressed, put a stamp on them, get them sent home in the mail so your parents can be so proud of you. And we're proud of you. I think those are all the immediate announcements I have. But I have one question for you guys. I gave a challenge to be more dependable in the cafeteria. Did any of you have to pick up some trash or clean up after yourself or somebody else in the cafeteria the last couple of days?
Well, someone dropped their tray and I helped them pick it up.
Oh, Chrissy, thank you for that. Thank you for that. What about you, Jackson? Did you notice anything?
I didn't notice anything on the floor or on the table.
Okay, well, keep your eyes open, okay? Because I want us to pick up after ourselves and even maybe pick up after others so that someone doesn't have to clean up after us. Does that sound good? Okay, how about you guys? Did you notice anything? No? All right. Well, I have another special guest. You guys stay tuned here. And it's Mrs. Clendenning. I'm going to turn it over to her.
Good morning. Well, it's Friday, and I told you last week, I think, that whenever you turn in my homework assignments for you, when I teach in your class, that we're going to have a drawing. I'm going to try to do it every Friday. Now, not all of you have them this time, so that's okay. But if your class got some homework papers for me, you don't have to do them. They're not a have to. They're just a you can, and then you could earn a prize. So if I'm going to draw out, not everybody will get it. So the first one is Mrs. Honeycutt's class. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I'm going to pick 3 from every class. Ready? All right. So the first one is Mackenzie from Mrs. Honeycutt's class. The second is Ella. And we have Luke Gregory. So if I said your name, after announcements, come down and get a prize. Next, we have from Mrs. David's class. Oh, we just have a couple from Mrs. David, so this is going to be a pretty easy draw. Caleb Oliver and Cooper Irwin. So come and see me for a prize. And from Mrs. McGuire's class, I don't know who this will be. And Isabella Soper and Mila Grider. You can come get a prize from me. And from Mrs. Bingham's class turned in a lot. All right, I can only pick
3 get drawn, right?
Only 3 get drawn, but they'll have more chances because I'll be back in their class pretty soon. All right, let's see. Ooh. Madison from Mrs. Bingham's class. And Holly from Mrs. Bingham's class. One more. And oh, this is not from Mrs. Bingham's class. Okay, Max Spongberg. I just pulled your name out of the wrong class. So Max,
you get a prize.
You get a prize. And finally, from Mrs. Williams' class. Oh boy, you turned in a lot too, but I could only pick 3. Last one. Aaliyah Poindexter and Gideon Christakos and Giovanni. You can all come down and get a prize from Mrs. Clendenning's room. So I'll be there right after announcements if that's an okay time.
Well, I'm going to kind of bridge that time. We
okay.
have something special kind of happening this morning. Words from the web talked about it. We're going to actually do a shakeout drill, which is the same thing as an earthquake drill. We're going to be doing that this morning. And in fact, we're going to demonstrate with some of our friends in a minute how we actually do that shakeout drill. The Great American Shakeout actually took place over fall break this year, and we weren't at school. So we didn't do it because we weren't at school. So we're going to practice earthquake drill today, and we're going to then practice exiting the building in a fire drill. So teachers, when announcements are over today, it might be a good idea for your kiddos to put their jackets on. That would be okay. But let's demonstrate what we're going to do in our shakeout drill.
Okay, so we have a wonderful volunteer here who's going to show us what we do in a shakeout drill. So a shakeout drill is to help us practice what would happen if the ground started shaking, which hardly ever happens in Indiana, but, you know, we want to be safe. So let's imagine that would happen. So what will happen is Mrs. Moran will come on the announcements and say, it's time to practice our shakeout drill or something like that. And then, Gus, can you show us what you'll do? So there are 3 steps. You get down low. You get under something strong like a desk. And then
you hang on. Low, get under something strong, and hang on. Now, Mrs. Clendenning, I have a concern.
What?
We're going to have kids in the gym. Where should we have them go today for the shakeout drill? Because I know structurally our gym and our cafeteria are not safe places to go. So where should we have them go?
If we had a shakeout drill during the time when people are in the gym, I think the safest place for them would probably to be in the restroom.
Okay.
Around the corner in that bathroom area.
Okay.
And so because
So even though they won't actually have something over their head, they are by a block wall that's very, very strong.
Yep.
So hopefully, fourth graders, you're hearing that right now. And you will, if you have Mr. Hartman this morning, when we do our shakeout drill, you guys are going to go to the gym. And one of us will put a little, something in Mr. Hartman's ear
Yep,
to know
I'll
where
make
to.
sure.
Okay,
We'll make
perfect.
sure. So you'll
So
be
is that
safe.
clear? You guys know where to go? Feel good about it?
Thank you, Gus.
And
You did a good
again,
job.
we're just practicing. And then after that shakeout drill, we'll evacuate the building, which will count as a fire drill for this month as well. So teachers, when announcements are over, go ahead and put jackets on because we're going to do it pretty quickly this morning. You guys ready to do our creed and start this fabulous Friday in the Web? You ready? Here we go. I am a member of the Web family. I take pride in myself and my school. I promise to do these things every day. I will only say positive things about myself and others. I will respect and trust others. I will insist on giving my personal best. I will discuss and listen actively. I will expect and give truth and honesty. I am glad to do my part to make Web School a place where everybody is somebody special. Make it a great day in the Web and save your prize getting back inside from the fire drill. You could stop by Mrs. Clendenning's office to get your prize. So that would be a good idea. Be dependable. Okay, I'm counting on you, and make sure you are
Doing it right.
Have a great day, spiders.